What's up, guys? It's Josh with TheCardGuyz, and today I'll be bringing you guys my deck tech for Sir Boltyn, Breaker of Dawn. Recently, I took this event to an RTN here, and I went undefeated and won the whole thing. I believe this is one of the only RTN victories for Boltyn this season, so I think a lot of you guys are interested to see this deck. So we're recording this, just the day after it, so trying to get this content out to you guys as quickly as possible. So if you guys like deck techs, you guys enjoy competitive content, I highly encourage you guys to subscribe to the TheCardGuyz YouTube channel. I also do a video series there called Fab 201. If you want to take a game to the next level, check that series out. Anyways, let's just jump into it. So as you can see, this is my Boltyn list, and how I like to arrange my deck is everything left of this divider here is the main deck. This is the 50 cards that I run in every single matchup. And then over here on the right, these are my 24 sideboard cards. So let's just start with the equipment. As you can see, this is a Centauri Saber build. There's no Raiden in this deck because I don't think you need it anymore. And the main reason for that is Prism is less popular now, and as you can see by my sideboard, I don't have to devote sideboard slots to Starvo anymore, which is quite nice. So this is a Centauri Saber build. As such, obviously we have Courage of Bladehold, and we have Gallantry Gold. The kind of key tech piece here is the Halo of Illumination. So as you can see, there's literally no other equipment in this deck. We're literally running these 6 equipment in every single matchup, and we're just trying to do our thing as quickly as possible. And yeah, it's up to our opponents to either race us or stop us. So yeah, the Halo is really, really important because this allows you to start the game essentially with 2 soul if you're going first. Even if you're going second, you can still pop this on the end of your opponent's turn. And that just gets you to the combo much, much quicker. So on average, you can combo turn 4, turn 5 if your opponent has no disruption. And finally, we have Snapdragon Scalers. This is just to ensure that if we're popping off with something other than Take Flight or Via the Vanguard, then we can have go again on the attack. Especially if we don't have Beacon of Victory. Alright, so let's just jump into the deck here. So in terms of charge cards, we have Rainbow Take Flight, Rainbow Bolt of Courage, Rainbow Engulfing Light. We have 3 red Express Lightning, 2 yellow Express Lightning, and we have 3 Via the Vanguard. That gives us 35 charge cards, which in a 60 card deck gives you a 97.4% chance to have a charge card in your hand, which is just the type of consistency we're looking for in this deck. So let's run through each of these charge cards, and then we'll discuss the more specialized cards. So Take Flight, this is a very, very nice card on especially later in the game. This is also a card that you can combo off with if you have a yellow as your pitch. God also happens to save you 1 soul. Later in the game, you'll be using this to finish the game with either a Valiant Thrust or a Lumina to follow up, or just Take Flight into 2 sabers also is quite effective as well. Bolt of Courage, this is ideally what you want to combo off with, because if you have a Beacon of Victory, you can pump it by a little bit, and oftentimes your opponent will just be blocking. If it's a red Bolt of Courage, which attacks for 3, they're just going to be kind of blocking for 3. If it's a yellow, they might throw their 2 block in front of it, or their armor, and if it's the blue Bolt of Courage, they'll probably just block with their equipment or not block it at all. So if you could combo with Bolt of Courage and you have a Beacon of Victory as one of your 2 combo pieces, then you're gonna be able to draw a card, and you could triple Lumina them, or you could have an Arsenal card, or you can have a follow-up attack after your sabers. So this is a very, very nice card. We run all of them. Over here we have Engulfing Light. This is the charge card that puts it into your soul if it hits. Good at the early and mid stages of the game. This can accelerate you to your combo much faster against heroes that want to race you. And combined with Beacon of Victory, basically makes the Beacon of Victory free on your combo turn. And it costs 0, most importantly. So we play all of them. Finally, we have Express Lightning here. This one doesn't have an on-hit effect, but it hits pretty hard. The reds attack for 4. And we have 2 yellows. The reason there's 2 instead of 3 is because we have to make some cuts, and this is one of the weakest cards. But yeah, it costs 0. It charges. It does what we want it to do. It blocks for 3. Speaking of blocking for 3, everything in this deck blocks for 3, except for, you know, the D-reacts, the potions, and Invigorating Light. And yeah, that just gives you very, very, very nice defense through all stages of the game. All right, so those are the charge cards. I guess Via the Vanguard technically is also a charge card. So Via the Vanguard, this is, you prefer to pitch these to save them for post combo. You basically will never use Via the Vanguard before your combo unless it's literally your first turn of the game to double charge. Yeah, so this is one of your closers. Try to pitch this if possible. And when you use it post combo, you want to set this up, so you want this in Arsenal if possible. So let's just go over some of these other important cards here. In terms of our combo, obviously we're running all the copies of Luminous Ascension and Beacon of Victory. These are our combo pieces. These are what we're working for. Basically, we need to draw one of them, put it into the arsenal, and draw one of the others, and then you can combo off. This Beacon of Victory is actually a card that you need to keep track of very carefully. That kind of dictates what you're going to do post combo, whether or not you have copies of Beacon of Victory left. We have Celestial Cataclysm as well. This card functions as a late game finisher and a usage for your soul. Late game, if you believe your opponent has a D-react or something, so oftentimes the best usage of Beacon of Victory is just to grab Celestial Cataclysm, especially if you still have Via the Vanguard left over. You know, trying to win with Beacon of Victory is a little bit risky if your opponent has a D-react and you got kind of a Sunset there sitting on it. We also have Soul Shield. This card is an amazing card. This allows you to basically put cards into your soul without having to... it allows you to defend while putting cards in your soul. This is a very, very nice card. Of course, we don't want to see this late game because it's fairly bad late game, but it's just really, really nice pre-combo, and so we play all of the copies there as well. We have 2 copies of Valiant Thrust. Reason we don't have 3 copies is because the deck list is tight, and you basically never want to see this pre-combo. This is just a card that you would use in the late game as a powerhouse card, so like Take Flight into Valiant Thrust into a Saber often gets the job done. Sometimes you don't have to use your Snapdragons for your combo, and so post combo you can go like Bolt of Courage into Valiant Thrust, Engulfing Light into Valiant Thrust. So it's a nice card to have, but we don't really want to see it pre-combo because it's just getting charged or we're blocking with it, right? Finally, as a warrior, you gotta love Route, and I think this is a very, very important card that other Boltyns are not running from what I've seen. This card is very, very nice. As you can see, I have 9 blues in my deck, so we're quite likely to see one of them late game. So Route serves several purposes. First of all, during our Lumina combo, Route is guaranteed to not go into our soul. So if we Lumina combo off and we like pull all of our Beacon of Victories into our soul, and maybe we pull a Celestial Cataclysm and we were forced to block with the others, and you know maybe there's 1 or 2 via the Vanguards gone as well. Like, we're actually running out of win conditions here. So Route, being a non-light card, is guaranteed to not go into your soul. So you're guaranteed to have this card, as long as you didn't block with it pre-combo, as a finisher. And this is if they never see you pitch this, this is a very, very, very powerful finisher, because it allows you to kill them from 5, basically, with any blue. So a very, very nice card. Definitely want to play one of them. This card has won me so many games. All right, so that is the main deck. Let's move on to the sideboard here. In the sideboard, we run a very, very straightforward sideboard. These are all 3 ofs. We run Bolting Blade, E-Pot, Fate Foreseen, Illuminate, Invigorating Light, Sink Below, Time Snap Potion, and Whisper of the Oracle. So I'm going to talk about each of these and when they would come in. So the most straightforward ones is Bolting Blade and Invigorating Light. These are just strong poppers that are also light cards. So with Bolting Blade, Invigorating Light, and Celestial Cataclysm, we have 9 poppers. This allows us to deal with Prism and Dromai very easily. So in those matchups, we would bring these 2 in. Time Snap Potion. This is a very, very important card against Ice Heroes in general because of Blizzard and Frostbite. You definitely want to have an E-Pot on the field whenever possible when playing against Ice Heroes and trying to combo off. Fate Foreseen and Sink Below. These basically just block for 4 instead of 3, and they get you to your combo faster. So when you're playing against racing decks, or decks where you don't need poppers or potions, then you would bring in the Fate Foreseen and Sink Below. Illuminate. This is just a card that it's kind of a filler card. Its rate is quite nice. It's 0 for 4, blocks for 3, on hit, go to soul. And basically it's just you would use it against heroes with low armor, or just whenever you just need to get up to 60. Time Snap Potion. This is against Prism, and you probably want to bring in 1 or 2 of them in addition to the E-Pot against Ice Heroes, because that basically acts as extra protection against Blizzard, assuming you pop it before you combo off. Finally, we have Whisper of the Oracle, kind of similar to Fate Foreseen and Sink Below. That is a very solid blocking card, but it also speeds up the combo because it allows you to opt for. So whenever you're opting for, generally you're going to put non-combo pieces to the bottom. If you've already found your combo, then you're probably going to like try to search for Bolts of Courage, or try to get some extra pitch if you need that. In addition to that, this is like one of the best 1-card hands that you can have. If you block with 3 cards, playing Whisper the Oracle is a totally fine play. It really just speeds up your clock. So yeah, that's the deck. Overall, I would say there's nothing too surprising here for those of you who have played Boltyn. This is a fairly stock list, but I would say that a lot of your edge when playing this deck will come from how well you know your matchups. Every matchup plays differently, so you need to understand exactly how to set up your combo, how to execute your combo, and how to close games, and that's something that will only come with experience. This deck is a little bit harder than it looks to pilot, but it really, really rewards good fundamentals and good decision making. 2 things that I really, really stress in my Fab 201 videos. Because you play defense most of the game, and you really need to understand your opponent's win con and how it interacts with yours. And you basically get to play a game with several stages in it, which I find very interesting. You get to set up, you get to execute, and you get to close. Those are all those are all quite different. And this deck can put you in a lot of interesting situations where you need to be strategic about each phase of the game as well. Anyways, I really enjoy this deck, and I think it is nicely positioned at the current stage. And I think just in general, specialists are being rewarded more heavily in this current metagame. Because there isn't a dominant tier 1 deck at the moment. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys try it out, let me know how it goes for you guys. Anyways, this has been Josh with TheCardGuyz. I hope that you have had a wonderful RTN season, and if you guys are going to Pro Tour Leo, I'll be going as well. If you are a fan of the channel, come up and say hi to me. I'm a very friendly guy. So yeah, hope that's all. Hope you have a good day. Take care. See ya.